Hello and welcome everyone. Today we have a look at Boros Mice, a deck that won a tournament around a week ago in a best of 3 format. So I wanted to figure out, is this also good in best of 1? And it is. We went 7-3, which is quite good. It's a small sample size, yes, but the games I lost were also due flood, which is totally fine. So yeah, the mice are definitely good to ladder, so let's have a look at the deck. So this is the mice deck we are running. Yeah, it is a pretty straightforward, aggressive creature type decks, which allows us to play many games to climb the ladder. The mice have one thing that's specific to them, and that's the Valiant thing. Valiant always triggers when this card triggers the first time. Let's say this creature. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them. You may put it on the battlefield if it's your turn. If you don't put it on the battlefield, put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So as you can see, whenever this creature becomes a target or spell or ability you control for the first time, then Valiant triggers. And this one isn't particularly quite good because it gives us some sort of card advantage. It's a 4 mana 3/4, which is also really nice, and this is basically our top end. Not counting the Twinmaw Stormbrood, which is a 6 mana 5/4. But then, yeah, this could be our top end, and you will see we actually played this card out for the creature side, which will give us 5 light. But other than that, you can also play the Omen side for 2 mana and do 5 damage to target creature without flying. So yeah, it's a mouse tribal type of deck, so we have multiple mouses. We have also a mouse lord here, which is Mabel, Heir to Cragflame. 3 mana, 3/3, other mice you control get +1/+1. And when Mabel enters, we create Cragflame, a legendary colorless equipment artifact token with equipped creature gets +1/+1, has vigilance, trample, and haste. It costs 2 to equip, and don't forget, if you use the equip on a creature with Valiant, it will also trigger. So this gives us also a nice way to trigger Valiant. We have other ways to trigger Valiant here, and that's also a mouse. We do have the Manifold Mouse. Manifold Mouse is a 2 mana 1/2 with offspring for 2, so we can have 2 if we pay 4. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until the end of turn. Yeah, really powerful, giving the mices the double strike here. Of course, also trample can be really handy, but this way we trigger Valiant. I want to go over another card that can trigger Valiant, and that is the Rockface Village here. Rockface Village, we can spend 1 red and target lizard, mouse, otter or raccoon you control gets +1/+0 and haste. So if you do this on a Valiant creature, it also triggers. And the last way to trigger Valiant in our deck here would be Sheltered by Ghosts. It's a 2 mana aura and enchanted creature control, and then this enters, we exile target non-land permanent they control until this aura leaves the battlefield. Creature gets +1/+0 and lifelink and ward 2. Feel free to play 4 of those if you feel like that's the way you want to play it. Totally fine. I went for 3 to have more of the creature side. You can maybe cut one of these and maybe play an additional ghost here, which I can see definitely happening, depending on what you face on the ladder. Don't forget that's also important. But yeah, these are our ways to trigger Valiant. Of course, you could also use the Burst Lightning here, which is a 1 mana to do damage to any target, and with Kicker it's 4 damage, but you could technically shoot this on this one and it triggers Valiant too. Let's have a look at other Valiant creatures we run in the deck. We have of course the Emberheart Challenger here, which is a 2 mana 2/2 with haste and prowess. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library until the end of turn. You may play that card. Aggressive, can give us also card advantage. Really nice, especially with something like a Manifold Mouse. Then we also play 4 Flowerfoot Swordmaster. I really love the artwork of this card. It's kind of cute. There's so little, but still really powerful. It's a 1 mana 1/2 with offspring 2. And the Valiant says whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell ability you control for the first time each turn, mice you control get +1/+0 until the end of turn. So these are our Valiant creatures. We do also run 4 Hybrid Claws here, just such a powerful 1-drop, right? 1 mana 1/2. Whenever you attack with 1 or more lizard, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. And for 2, we can put the +1/+1 counter on this creature, and we can only activate this if opponent lost life on that turn. Then we also have the Screaming Nemesis, As a 3-off here, 3 mana, 3/3 haste. When this creature deals damage, is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. Of course, Screaming Nemesis here works great with Burst Lightning. We can shoot this to put the damage on opponent and make sure they don't get life anymore, which you will see in the game later on. And we also have the Twinmaw Stormbrood here, which can do 5 damage to Nemesis, and then we can transfer that 5 damage to opponent's face. But as you can see, the deck is quite straightforward. On the land side here, we also run 2 Soulstone Sanctuary, which is each creature type, which is nice. So it's also a mouse. It will get +1/+1 here, and we can target it with the Manifold Mouse. We run 1 Restless Bivouac. I totally forget, this actually can also trigger Valiant, because when this land attacks, put a 1/1 count on target creature control, so target creature will trigger Valiant as well. Mana base, the rest is quite simple here. We have the Foundries, we have the Virtues, we have the Vantages, and some basics. Just a quick overview here, some little things. If you play Embarred Challenger, then on its turn 3, and you have a way to target it, you want to target it first before you play your land from hand, because maybe you will get the land from Embarred Challenger, and then you can play this from exile. There could be cases, of course, where it doesn't work out, right? But it's still something to consider here. And sometimes you also have to calculate a bit how to do the most damage in which scenario, because you have the option here to give all your mouses +1/+0. You have the option for the double strike, right? Always look around what's the best thing. Is it trample? Is it this? Could they have a removal on hand? Where do I have the biggest odds to do the most damage? Because this is an aggressive deck, right? Don't be shy to use this Valiant of the Whiskerville Forerunner a lot, because the card advantage can be really, really strong, and you can get a Mabel from this, and if you do it pre-combat, you can get a Haster as well, which is also really, really nice. But these are the most obvious thing to consider. Again, against control, and you will see we played against control, try to use your board. Try not to overcommit. We did lose a game to 5 board wipes, but usually that's not the case. You have to deal with 1 or 2, which we also played against 2 cages and Authority, and we still won. It's like these decks, I think, you can get a good win rate, but each decision is quite important. It sounds kind of weird, because in control I feel like your decisions are also important, but you not get punished as much as if you would play an aggressive deck. So aggressive decks are quite complicated to play, in my opinion. Control, of course, too, but aggressive decks are definitely not something you can say, oh, it's aggressive, you just slam. No. You have to be considerate on your action. But yeah, enough talk. If you like my content, if you like what I do, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also write me in Discord or on X. I am happy to reply to you all. And with no further ado, I would say enjoy the games. Let's go. We have a decent curve here, and we have the Manifold Mouse to trigger our mouses, which is super nice. So yeah, we definitely go like that. Nothing turn 1 is always nice to see. You can actually turn 3, turn 2 here. You don't know what they play, it could be controls, you have to be careful. Second white mana and doing nothing is also interesting. I'll just keep doing these things on curve here. It's an aggressive deck, right? This is the type of deck you want to just play. Okay, you can double block me. We keep pumping the damage in. Mono white, huh? They don't have a way to use their Sheltered by Ghost right now, which is good for me. Human. Innocence, okay, yeah. We're definitely gonna use this here. You get double strike, trample, and then we swing. We keep swinging here. That's literally all we do. Next turn we have double mouse here, so we buff our mouses even more. They have to keep it back though. Okay. They have life gain, which, yeah, is a thing. That's an interesting attack. Oh, we will just ignore this. Okay, yeah, you gain life. I get it. You draw a card. We play mouses. Our mouses all get quite strong here. So we trigger this and this. This we get double strike and this whatever. We're gonna play this one too. Mainly because we want to overrun this now. The mouses have to overrun. Okay, we give this one first. And then we give this one. And then we buff all the mouses. Twice actually. Double strike. This one they have to block and the rest will go through. Double strike. And now we swing. Big swing. They are forced to block the Swordmaster. There's a 1 mana spell, but mostly they don't run it. So I think this is just an overrun from the mouse. Like, you cannot block Nemesis either. Okay, they have the 1 mana spell. But what is it though? What is it? What's it gonna be? Okay, yeah, that's not it. Well, we went through. Good curve. Everything worked out great. And GG. We can do this. It's not the perfect end, but it's definitely playable. You can dish some damage turn 2 already. Not cool. But we're able to play on curve. Even though it is not so cool. 4 damage, turn 2 is nice, but they get a life there. Next turn we can push even more damage. They may just use the... okay. They didn't. So now Mabel come in. Again, not so cool about the life gain there, but... we do damage. 9 damage is quite a lot. Quite a lot. They are maybe forced to cage here. Which is strong. It gets rid of my legendary artifact too. Yeah, strong. Pretty strong. Here we will go with a double mouse. It gives them 2 life, but I do like the double mouse more. Plays better against the snare. Worse against cage. And yeah, it depends what they have, of course, right? So we keep pushing the damage in. If they have 2 cages, I mean, they can draw 2 cages in 12 cards, right? Like, don't get me wrong. They can also have a Battlefront here and find the cage. So far, they know how to play the game. They're really good at this game. As you can see, opponent is really good at this game. Here... that's an interesting one. I can push another big chunk, which I will do. They get 4 life. But can we play around another cage? I don't think so. If I use the sheltered... so I can do this, they get 9. I use the sheltered on this, they get too much life. If I use sheltered on this, play the mouse, I win. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Shelter by Ghost on one of these. Then we play the Manifold Mouse. They will get a life, but re-trigger the double strike on this one. And then that's the line we had to find. And yeah, 2 cages and we still went through. Mices can be powerful. Can be powerful. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a double Heir Claw hand, which is usually always good. Okay. Let's see what they play over there. Okay, it's red. So double, like, this one will just die. Yeah, this one will just die. So we're gonna... Not happy to see another land, to be honest. So we go this again, and they may just shock it again. Then our claws soaked in a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, that's fair. We are flooding here, which is not optimal, of course. We have to use this. Cannot use it on Nemesis. And it's sorcery speed, so we have to use it here. Now we only have lands on hand, and this is called flooding, and as I showed you in a previous video, cannot do much about it. Cannot do too much about it. We have to just accept it. A double creature here. At least we didn't draw another land there. So right now we just try to push in the damage and hopefully find something, but this one can trigger the mouse. So that is at least something. And our land can trigger mouse here. What is this card? Okay, that's quite cool. I see what they do. Well, we need to find answers, otherwise we have a problem. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't want to show them that I have this yet, but it doesn't matter too much. So we're gonna trigger these. So they can still block the claw here if they want to. So we just go in with these. They maybe try for the finish now. Which they may have. That's how this goes. Quite cool to see a deck like this. Okay. Yeah, we take damage. They have 2 mana left. 3 mana. Yeah. That hurts. Right now we would survive, but if they have 1 more spell, or they use the land, they win the game. But they cannot use the land on this one, huh? So we survive this with 1 life. Well, sometimes the games are close, and especially into aggressive decks, it can get really close on both sides, and we ranked superior, even with flooding. So we draw well. No 1-drop, but we have 2-drop, 3-drop, and a Sheltered by Ghost. I feel comfortable with this hand. Especially if it's an aggressive deck. Is it mono white? It is mono white. Okay. No way to trigger our Nemesis, but yeah, this Sheltered by Ghost could be really important now. Which we have to get rid of this one. So we use this first because maybe we trigger a land. That is why we're gonna do this. It is not a land. And this is really unfortunate. Like, this can happen, of course. But yeah, you cannot choose these things, right? So yeah. This can happen. Cannot choose it. I do want to play this one next turn. They play black though, so I assume they play Amelia. That's like my guess. Healer's Hawk. Yeah, I'm getting life here, but that's not a dangerous card. Here we will attack with the claw first. Because we're gonna play the Forerunner. And I will trade here if I can. That's fine by me. Okay. So this is a Forerunner. And we can use the village to trigger Valiant here, which is also really good. Which costs 1 mana, we can still play the Nemesis if we shock in. So they may go for the removal spell here, which, yeah, is possible. So they could have an auto... Okay, yeah. Not much I can do about. It's gonna be a 4/4, which is a bit scary. We need to find cards. We need to find cards. Okay. So we're gonna trigger this first. It's just so powerful. Ooh, this is interesting. This gives me a free trigger, and this gives me a decent attack this turn, actually. Okay. So we do like this. But this gives me another free trigger next turn. I still got attack. They could double block, but I don't think they will. I can double attack too, which is also quite good. But they most likely will trade this one. Well, I would. Okay, let's go in. Now we need to find a double striker, because this Pridemate is scary. If we get them a bit low, yeah, but they have a lot of life gain, and they even have the lands that gain life. This Pridemate is not cool. And yeah, they have another removal, which is fine. We take damage here, we cannot prevent that. Okay, that's okay. Gives me a swing, which I take every swing I can have here. Can trigger that for more damage too. Okay. But I feel like I should double spell here. And then we just go in with what we have. I can keep the Nemesis back here. But right now they only have 1 life gain creature. Okay. We put them on 8. Now we would love to see a double strike mouse and dodge another removal here. Or we would like to see a Shelter by Ghost. Okay, we sacrifice a creature. Well, this is 1 damage secured, but I think the mouses are more valuable right now. And they give up. Okay. The game was not over, but hey, we take it. We go first. Okay, it's not a good hand. We don't really have a good turn to accept removal, so we're on the slower side, which we usually don't like. The land is fine if you play against control. Okay, which it is. Yeah, we're gonna drop this. Everything here is not really perfect. Like, well, what do you want to do? We have a dead card on hand, which I don't like as well. So what we're gonna play now will be countered. This is how we have to see this. We have 2 of them, so I think we can throw this one in. It's also legendary. And also here at this point, you really do not want to like... I mean, you could just do this as well. Star Cage is quite okay for me. It's quite interesting here, because I do want to double spell this. Just don't play around another Star Cage here. If they have another Star Cage, so be it, but we still have Sheltered by Ghosts, which is not perfect. And if we draw a land, we have Mabel plus the equipment. If they tap out and we ever get access to that Star Cage, the double strike, that's pretty strong. I think I have to play with what I have on board now. So I like the village. I'm gonna do this. Because if they have removal, they will use it here. These two mouses can do a lot of damage, so we're just gonna play with them right now. I don't want to throw in too much. That's why we couldn't attack with that one. We cannot really use the mana anyway. So we go for a white here. Okay. So this was the best way, I think, to use this turn. If they have Elspeth Fear, this is not too easy to deal with. But yeah, let's see how they do it. Star Cage, okay, yeah. We have another Star Cage here, which is fine. A 40, really, really bad card for me. Losing that land is super painful. So I try to double spell and try to... I cannot really double spell, to be honest. Cannot really do that. If I run into a board wipe here, I'm already gone. So that I cannot do. I can do a lot of damage though if I want to. They stock up. If my shelters get through that Star Cage, I can do really a lot of damage. It's 5 and then +1 from the land, right? They gain life here, which is not optimal. Okay, so they tapped out here. That's a really good land to draw. And yeah, let's just tap out our mana too, since I don't have a counter right now. Let's bring the Stormbrood in like this. Hey, at least we can play it, you know. It's a big flyer. Big flyer. And we have the Sanctuary, which is also nice to have. Scryland, okay. This one is fine, but really cannot really... I keep this right now on hand just to get rid of something they have. But I hope I can go through with this Stormbrood here. And they just have one time nothing. Can we mill? Wow, they give me access to this. This is quite nice. Okay, can we do it? I can remove this. This. But it's not enough. I need to remove this. That's the most obvious one, right? That one I have to do. I just want to survive here. Which is the main goal. We want to survive. We put them on 11. Don't want to get milled too much. And now if they have another one of those, we are fine. They can activate the Star Cage here and get a 2/2, but it's not flying. So that's fine too. But yeah, they could have just board wipe, but this dragon is a 7/5, which is quite strong. I mean, I could have lethal here. No, it's missing one actually. Ah, no, I could. I can play this on the Stormbrood. Get rid of that one. 8. But they can also have counters, right? We have to play around that too. That's a difficult turn, right? I assume they have counter in hand. So we're just gonna attack here. Just gonna attack. We have still Sanctuary plus Sheltered next turn, which would be lethal. I think they have 3 steps ahead and I need to draw cards now. Something like this. Maybe they have a consult the start charts too. This is what I assumed they have. This is what I assumed they have. I'm still not dying to the mill. And I have lethal on board. Lethal on board and Sanctuary, so they need 2 cards here. Which, yeah, is fine by me. Okay, so they have 5 mana and they need to find the card. Did they find it? Nope, they did not. We defeated the deck. It's not easy to play against 2 Star Cages and 1 Authority, but hey, we got it. Yeah, I mean, definitely play this. Can definitely play this. We're gonna go Hybrid Claw first because this has an upside on turn on the next turn. So here we go. This can be played for free, which is definitely stronger. Authority is super annoying again. Absolutely annoying. I still want to play the mouse here. Oh, so many authorities, but it makes total sense in best of 1 to play that card. We do not know what exactly we face there. I want to keep this one. We're just gonna attack with these 2. Because if I run into a board wipe, it's painful. Sadly, this is not a mouse. It would have been really nice. They could have spot removal here. Don't really know what they play, but we pushed them on 14 already. If they have a Wrath, they have a Wrath. Okay. We keep playing with these 2 cards here. It's some sort of control deck, huh? Some sort of control deck. Yeah, you push. Now they have a spot removal. Okay, that's not a spot removal. They're on 6 now. Nemesis with the claw would be really nice. Or a red mana. Okay. Here we have the Ultima. But we can kinda guess. Okay, so 2 things here. We need to find a way to actually go through next turn, right? So we want to have the most damage next turn. We cannot really deal with this one. The Forerunner can do quite a lot, but it's only 1. So I think it's best to get all the mouses in. If they have another board wipe, so be it. And they get 3 life here, which is low-key annoying though. I do need to keep the Nemesis with the Stormbrood here, but if we play this, then we have quite a lot of damage next turn. But it may be not enough, so maybe it is the Forerunner and the Claw. We definitely need 2 creatures in case they have a spot removal. But yeah, they can just Ultima again. Okay, another one is quite annoying. Another board wipe. Okay, this is really important. here a bit annoyed of the tapping. But yeah, we definitely have to make sure that that does not trigger anymore. Really important. So now they're on 6. Now we can work this out. Now, okay, yeah, playing creature with haste is not perfect, but... okay. Yeah, so be it. So they had 3 board wipes, I just want to mention that. 3 board wipes is quite a lot. They removed the burst lightning, which, yeah, makes sense. Do they have just more board wipes on hand? Or what's going on there? Like, what's going on? Okay. They maybe play my card, which is a mouse or something. They know my hand, though. That's a good draw. So we just go play this. I really do not want to run into another board wipe. Yeah, it's fine. So this would be 5 damage, and then we have the land. You can also just play this and make them have it. Which I kind of like. So they need another board wipe, otherwise we go in with this land. I mean, they had 3 board wipes, right? Do we play around 4? 4 board wipes. 4 damn board wipes, and then this card comes in. Well. Oh, board wipe tribal. Like, I mean, if you play a creature-based aggro deck like this, and you face 4 board wipes and 2 authorities, it usually is quite a hard matchup. It's not like a matchup you think like it's easy. Yeah, okay. Cannot do much about this. They have my card. The best way here is to find Shelter by Ghost. Because we can play... I mean, it's actually not good. It's probably the 4 mana mouse. Try to stack up the board. At least they don't gain life anymore. Okay, they're scared of attacks. It's a good one. Good draw. But, yeah. Cannot do too much about it. If they attack, they clearly have something to deal with my land. I have to take it. Okay, let's see. Not happy to see a land here, of course. I cannot finish this. Well, guys, this is what happens. Can happen with every deck. Yeah, if you feel like you face a lot of creature type aggro, playing 10 board wipes in your main is probably good. So you can go for it. I do have to block, I think. But it's when it attacks, though. Don't want that. 6 life over there. Well, sometimes, you know, this is how it is. I think we played it quite well, though, but what do you want to do, right? Well, it's been a while since I saw this function, so they're going to steal my cards, and then we can say good game. Hey, we tried. We tried. Good game. We tried. Board wipe tribal got the better of us, and we take the defeat. Depends. Okay, can try. Can try. We have access to like a lot of removal spells, so this is still best of 1. So I'm usually okay with this. Don't want to see a Saurus land now. Plains? Okay. Plains is okay. Not perfect, but if we find a Nemesis, we can play this game. With these 3 cards, for sure. Okay. Opponent is thinking, which should they play or should they not play something? The good part is, if they have a turn 2 Essence, Channeler or Johnny, we can still kill it. We have to deal with this. We do have to, because their turn 2 is one of these cards, and we have to get rid of both. consult in the... It's... Okay. I don't know what to say there. This is okay, here we will play the Manifold Mouse. They will get a life, but maybe we find a land out of this. It's not a land, sadly. We shock here. I don't want them to have like another Sanctifier and then play a Charney or Essence, right? We have to deal with it at that spot. If they have a Ghost here, same reason. Like, this is the thing we don't want to see. I mean, to be fair, can also play differently, but yeah. Good draw, I think, in general. So the Sheltered gives me more damage here, but I'm gonna keep the Sheltered right now. I will use the Stormbrood on this one. Keep the Sheltered for later, and I want to find a land here. Didn't find a land again. But it's important to get rid of these cards there. We just play the aggro route with these two cards right now. If we get rid of the creature, they cannot play Sheltered. If they play a creature, we play Sheltered. So, that's kind of like the logic here. That one we have to shelter. Again, same scenario. And this is lethal. This is lethal. It's exactly 9, so these two mouses went all the way. All the way. It's like, I play against so many authority of the consoles with a creature with this deck, and I think we still managed quite well. Well, GG. Abomination. Cloud against Sephiroth. This is our hand. Playable, yeah. Definitely would love to see a turn 1, but what do you want to do? Okay, they have Cecil, I assume, or Duress. Yeah, we lose a creature. Interesting to see which one they take. Yeah, I would have taken that one here too. Yeah. So they know I have a Sheltered, so they are more careful with the removal. That one is fine. So this one will just die. I'm like certain of it. Should have played the Sacred here. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this one on hand. And make a double spell so we keep one of these triggers. Another one. I mean, why is just Mabel, right? I wonder if there's another one. Okay, so we play Mabel, we get the token, but it will just die. But we still have a Soulstone Sanctuary, which is quite decent. We cannot get rid of that one. So yeah, just play this one. Oh, it didn't die. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Slasher. Okay, yeah, we can get it. This one cannot block. I mean, we have to do this. Okay, we're going in. Sure, they can have a removal spell. They maybe just wanted to get our Sheltered out. But I still had to do it. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. They have only one card in hand though. A Demon Wall it is. Okay, this one goes away. Actually, I want to keep this definitely on my hand. We will attack here with our Nemesis. the Stormbrood can be really good. If they top deck a demon, so yeah, so be it. Okay, let's see how we do this here. I just hope they didn't top deck it. That's the famous last words, I guess. Okay, let me make this decayed. Another demon wall. Okay, so they have 5 mana, 1 more mana, and we in trouble. It can also not block. So let's say they have a mana, it's 5, 7, we go on 2 and we lose half, we go on 1. I don't wanna, I could shoot my Nemesis here, but it doesn't feel right to do so. The way the sport state look like is for me to play this one here. We have them on 11, right? Just don't top deck a removal or the demon. Or Annex is also not so nice. Like, these are not so nice cards. If they attack with the slash, I'm okay. So they do not. Not happy to see this one, but no matter how I do it, I don't really have lethal. Okay, we're gonna attack here with the Stormbrood for now. Don't really want to play this. So we're gonna keep it like this and then transform Sanctuary. And we can also equip the Stormbrood. Yeah, that's not helping you. That's not helping you. 4 mana, and we have lethal next turn. If they attack me for 6, that's okay. I shouldn't be able to die here, right? No. I take 5, but even if they have the Annex here, it's not enough. My attack with Nemesis, yeah. So we won. We just have to equip it to the Stormbrood. We can also just attack with this one. Hey, the dragon did bring it home. GG. Yeah, if you only have demons and not the Annex, it's like, I feel like the mono black deck is so strong if you have Annex. If you don't have it, it's sometimes a bit weak. A lot of card hates, so they couldn't commit too much to the board, which is also good. And yeah, another victory. GG. Yeah, we had some great games with this deck. I really like the Mices, and what I like the most about this deck is not just the cards, like the actual power. I love the artwork. Like, look at Mabel here. What a beautiful artwork. Flowerfoot Swordmaster, beautiful artwork. Like, I have to say, the Ember Heart Challenger, also beautiful artwork, but I associate a little bit of pain with this due to mono red. Manifold Mouse, also really, really cool. Just all the mouses are really nice. I think the deck is quite strong. If you face a lot of creature type decks, you can definitely add one more Shelter of Ghosts, like I mentioned at the beginning. And yeah, I think the deck overall has a high power level. It's good to climb, it's fast, it does a lot. It has some angles, but it's usually a straightforward creature-based aggro deck. We have some reach with the Burst Lightning, and the Lance is good against control. But yeah, overall a good deck, and if you like my content, feel free to subscribe. And like this video, or just leave a comment. What are you playing this season? What is a deck you would like to see me playing that I didn't cover yet in my previous videos? Also feel free to check them out, of course. And yeah, thanks everyone for the nice response to my homebrew deck I had recently to rank #1 in Mythic. Super cool community, of course, and I hope you also like this type of deck. Yeah, I would say thanks for watching, and I wish you all a good night, good day where we are, and bye everyone.